Hi everyone, it's Lori-Lynn, Spirit Within Us. Thank you back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and know that things to know about me, that I am a medium and a intuitive. I'm also a natural empath, and some of these things have taken a lot of time to really tune into and understand better. And so what I do is a Journey of the Soul reading. So my readings are not intended to predict the future. They are meant to help you, give you inspiration or guidance where you're at right now to move you forward, releasing some of the blocks. And so I do universal reading first. And then after the universal reading, I do I pick a pile to give a little bit more of an intimate reading. So from the pick a pile, there'll be 3 different piles that I'm choosing from. And the first one is the green calcite, and with that is the wisdom of the hidden realms. And the second one is the brown, stone. And if that's, I'm using the Osho meditation deck. And then the final 3rd pile will be the Shaman's Oracle, and that'll just help us find some blockages that maybe we have to work on today or this week to think about to move us forward in our journey. Call it cold Manitoba because it's freezing out there, and my dog still expects me to have coffee with him in the morning outside, so I do. Whatever, he's cute. Okay, so the first card that comes up is uniquely myself. So today is much about discovering what makes you unique, and the card itself says, I trust that who I am is perfect for my unique journey and the soul's path. And so that's really important because so often we do what others want us to do because we think it makes things easier, or it will make them happy. But in the reality is that it typically usually does not make us happy. It's okay to get advice from others, but it's a different thing to then sit with that advice and really choose our pathway. So know that we are all different from one another, and that we have to embrace our amazing truth and celebrate our uniqueness, who we are, what we stand for, our values, our gifts, our talents, and really celebrate that and have fun with it, and find different creative ways to express yourself. And that brings forth an energy of fun and delight and happiness that surrounds us when we're focused on our uniqueness and not comparing ourselves to others. What sets you apart should be what you're looking at today. Following your own spirit, going your own pathway, growing at your own pace. You know, some people say, well, you need to be here at this point in your life. Well, not everybody's there at that point of their life. And then we beat ourselves up for that. So always enjoy where you are at this moment. Always know that you can move forward learning and growing. Trust that the pace that you're going is the pace that is necessary for you. And it may speed up at different times, and then it may slow down again. Trust in who you are, and that who you are is perfect for your personal particular journey and soul path. And live really loving that unique expression of yourself, and treasure each moment as a sacred gift. And the next card is being with discomfort. And the card states, at times of discomfort, I courageously seek my soul essence, which is clear, pure, and luminous. And when I see this card, it reminds me is sometimes we have to sit with discomfort that's outside of ourselves because it's not along the same pathway, and this may cause some internal pain or sadness, but we have to push through that to become that unique person that we are, knowing that we are as pure as the day that we were born. You know, we're shining, we're resilient, we're brilliant, and we all have gifts within ourselves, but we have to push through some of the pain to get there. You may have, you know, been or now in a situation that may be somewhat uncomfortable, but know that your soul's true essence awaits you at the end of that pathway that has thrown you off balance. And so resist running away from tears or anger. Sometimes that's what we need to do, is to become angry or to become emotional so that we can touch those emotions and heal those emotions and move through them. So allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper within yourself. And when we do that, a shift inevitably, love the word, inevitably will take place. You'll reach your own inner pure light, which is luminous. It's still and it's intact. And that's from discovering these parts of yourself that are unique. And some of these parts of us that are unique are things that other people may be afraid of. Say doing what I do, and some people are afraid of that or don't understand it, but it's just as natural as it is waking up in the morning, doing this and connecting, feeling others' energies and preparing myself for the day. So there is a level of discomfort that we have to live with as we choose our path. Okay, and so the next card that comes up that clarifies this is the Queen of Discs, and this is from the Patch Tarot. And the Queen of Discs really, always interesting things that I noticed within this is she has traveled this journey to really understand herself, and so that's why we're being asked to do that at this time, because she has traveled this and she's really nurtured her emotions, looked at her emotions, cared for her emotions, and then sat with them and kept the emotions that are important to her, and the emotions that she's brought on or taken off from others, she's just released. So this pathway that this river that she walks along is so calm and it's ever flowing. And she also, because of being supportive of her gifts or talents and who she is, she's able to give, to be generous with that. And the next card is the, wow, two queens here, Queen of Cups. And so the Queen of Cups, again, asks us to look back and reflect upon and to understand our true heart, the difference between our true heart and our false heart, and releasing all the damage that we've taken on, and to realize that we don't need to continue along our journey with all of that. And what's important is love. Love is always the answer, and coming from that secure place of feeling it's self-love to begin with. And that's how we bring forward other people into our lives, begins with self-love. You're not going to bring in people into your life that don't reflect who you are. And that's why our energy that we put out there. But the Queen of Love is really, and it may be somebody that's now come into your life that's teaching you, that's trying to help you, that's trying to teach you about that self-love of who you are. And the third card, again, it's similar to the living with discomfort, and it's the Five of Discs. And the 5 is always the number of courage, and it's the number of change. So it's, again, having the courage to look within ourselves, to go deep within ourselves, to release what's no longer necessary in our life, to see differently, perhaps, that we may have situations we may have felt that we have lost. We really haven't lost. We have to look at the gain. We have to look at what we've accomplished because of all those avenues. And when I look at the picture, it's like he's now coming out of this cave. You see this here? And he's sitting outside of it. That cave was his comfort zone. And often in our lives, we've become attached to things that are comfortable, that really, when we look deeply within, they're not so comfortable. But it almost makes us feel safe because we know that. So this is about learning how to love again, learning how to trust ourselves, how to deal with our emotions, learning about who we are, and then stepping outside into the light and to release what just isn't necessary to get to know who we are exactly. Okay, so the next two cards are from the Shaman's Oracle, which is one of the books decks I'm going to use. And the first card is the Hunter of Paths. And so much of what's transpiring at this point is that the Hunter of Paths goes ahead of us. And so that's where when we open our third eye and connect with our heart and with our intuition, and then our consciousness chakra, that when we cleanse all our vortexes and our energy centers, so that Hunter of Death almost, say, goes ahead. It knows the path, because our paths are set out. And yes, we do have free will, but we still have certain points that we come to, that we have come here in this lifetime to learn. And so we can veer off path, but at some point we need to come back to that soul's journey that we're on. And so the Hunter of Paths will go before us and lead us upon the path that is most necessary for us in this journey, this so-called journey of life. And just let me find it in my book. Nice. Just give me a second. Oh, I passed it. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so the Hunter of Paths tracks the way through the complexities of life. And so that takes us back and looking at all of life's, and it seeks the pathways. If you call to Spirit for assistance, it seeks those pathways that will help you to avoid dangers, making wrong turns. If you follow that intuition, if you follow your third eye, if you follow and you trust in your guides. So if you are at a point of uncertainty or fearful, or you feel at a loss, perhaps abandoned, whatever circumstances right now along your journey, the Hunter of Paths, if you call upon your guides, will be with your sides so they can help you find the best way forward. So when we do this cleansing of our soul and releasing that, also often sometimes it brings us to a place of discomfort or a place of unsurety, the unknown of what or where we need to go to. And so if we just ask, then asking will bring to us the pathway that we most need to be on at this time in our life. And as we do this journey, the next card is the dancer of joy. And so what it's asking us at that point is a reminder to look for the joy, to just be grateful for the fact that we're alive, and for the wisdom and a sense of fulfillment that are really everywhere and all about if we choose to see through those eyes. Often we make that choice to look through the eyes of fear or anger or all of that. Instead, this is asking you to look through the eyes of wisdom and a sense of fulfillment and happiness, and find a fluidity in that. That's a good word. And so always when this card comes up, it is saying, move your body, get going, listen to some incredible music, and actually dance and bring that joy back into your life. And lots of times, I know this might sound crazy, but lots of times dancing opens up and clears some of those chakras, because it puts us in such an amazing state. And so take the time to put on some music and just embrace the joyfulness in that music rather than sitting in the disharmony. Just enjoy that. And joy will and can transform anything and everything it touches. There's those people that walk into rooms that everything just changes just because their glow, their light has changed, and all of a sudden everything was like, yay, they're here. And if you know anybody like that, it's because they walk into a room with a sense of joy. And that joy is within you as well, and it's waiting to be tapped into. So find that and embrace it and live it and be it, and find that fullness of life. And so see those places where you may have felt the loss, and now you're reading it all, you're saying, now it doesn't matter, because I am moving forward in this new space and time. So any loss we can look at as a place of growth in our lives, okay? And so the super attractor cards, the first card is, I accept that good things come easily. I'm a super attractor. And that's connecting with your soul star, and that's your energy, your vibration, your aura. And if you accept that good things come easily, just say it over and over to yourself, because lots of people say, oh no, it's luck, it's either luck, or when something good's happening, something bad has to follow that. And if that becomes your belief, that's what you get. So accept and believe that good things happen and come easily to you, and live in that state. Be in that state. And understand to say, I'm a super attractor of all the things that I want and I desire, all the blessings in my life. So the next card is, when I am tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. And that abundance is really about fruitfulness, and it's about this abundance, I really feel, is so much about the monetarily gain and financial gain that so many people are fearful. But if we're sitting in fear, we're sitting in blockages. And so it's okay to feel fear, but feel it for, I'll do the 90-second rule. And the 90-second rule says that it takes any and every emotion 90 seconds to flow through your whole body. And after that 90 seconds, it becomes a choice. And so if you're fearful, don't just push it aside, because we really just push it down and we don't ask why we are fearful. So if you become fearful, then embrace that fear. Do the I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. And then breathe, and then allow the energy to flow throughout and around you that is abundant and bringing forth whether, whatever you do, if you're an artist or you're a musician or if you're a builder, whatever you do, that will bring forth the life that you truly want. Interesting is that I decided to choose from the Archangel decks, and the card is Prioritize. And it states that focus on your highest priorities, and I will help to keep you organized and motivated. And so really what they're asking is they're reminding you to prioritize what you need to do, what are the most important things to do. And if you're perhaps wasting time, if you start prioritizing what you really need to know and to do, stick to that schedule. And once you begin a schedule, then you're doing what's most important and you're getting things done. So you're not just releasing. Okay, so there's a card of pleasure, and it's saying similar to the joyfulness is do something just for fun, just for the sake of being fun, for pleasure, as pleasure is one of life's essential nutrients. We need to have fun. We need to have joy. We need to have excitement in our life. And if we're missing that part of it, then we need to put that on our list of priorities to remember what brings you pleasure. The second card that comes up is faith. Have faith. I believe that faith and fear cannot coexist. And faith grows when you act without knowing the end result. And so when you ask for something, when you put that out there in the universe, it's when you understand and know that fear and faith cannot coexist, sit in that space of faith and knowing. And that's the connection to God, to the higher power, to the higher power. And remember that you own your own power. You own your own decisions. So really every storm brings a fresh new beginning. Remember that. So as you release the loss, as you release all of those things that really are no longer necessary for you in your lifetime, that don't align with who you are and where you want to be at this time, as you release that, gain that power, that strength that is within yourself. It's a reminder of that. Okay, so of the 3 decks that we've chosen, and so the first pile is the green calcite, and I'm just gonna look today at what the blocks are, what may be blocking you at this point, and which may help you, give you some insight and guidance into moving forward. So, okay, the first card is, okay. Wow, okay, so the first card I chose was a card of intention. So for pile number 3, you may have so much in your head, and what you need to remember is you need to set your intentions. Know what your intentions are, set your intentions. So become very clear on what you want. If you're all mixed up and all frazzled, or if you're still sitting in that place of doubt and fear, you're not setting an intention. So set your intentions of what you want. Know what those intentions are. That's part of my morning prayer. I set my intention, and then I move throughout the day. So set your intention. It's really important. The next card is the Sacred Pool. And this card is really important when it comes next to setting your intention, because we have to understand that alliance, that allegiance, that's connectivity with the divine, that is where the sacred pool comes from. And there's a sacredness in that pool. So it's, I'm going to say it's not to be played with, it's to be utilized, to be drawn from, to connect with and focus on with all of your might and just feel it completely. And so connect with that sacred pool, and that's aligning with the divine highest spirit, your soul star, clearing out all your energy vortexes and connecting with the earth and grounding yourself. And the third card that comes out is the card of details. So I'm going to say that the proof is in the details, but pay attention. Be really clear on what you want. And it may not be specific, and I always have to say that if it's a person that you're looking at or a specific job, know the details of that job, know the details of that person, know the details of what you want, so that when it's arriving as in all the details. If you just ask for a bologna sandwich, you might get 2 pieces of bread and a piece of bologna. But if you say if I want a bologna sandwich with butter and mayonnaise and lettuce on it, that's what you get. So you're going to receive what you ask for. Okay, so that's really, it's important to know the clarity and to listen to the details and to note them and ask for those details when they, what you want when you set your intentions. Okay, so pile number 2, this is pile number 2, the brownstone, and it's the Osho meditation deck. And so I'm doing this one a little bit differently than the first one. It's what are you suppressing or what's blocking you? And that is, okay, the fact that you're clinging to the past. It's really self-explanatory. And that you're carrying around this mirror of your past. And in the card, they're actually not showing their true selves. They're walking around with a mask on their face of all the things that they have learned in the past. And they keep hanging on to it, hanging on to it, hanging on to it. Let it go. Like, let the past make amends with the past. Remember that it's there and it's not going to change. The past doesn't change, but today can change. When you change your thought process, when you take some of those memories that were given to you or brought to you through a different avenue, and you believe them, and then you start carrying them around, well, it's time just to let it go. Live as a reflection of who you are in this moment and as a reflection of who you want to become, not a reflection of your past. And that's what this is doing. So that's what's holding you back. So let go of the past, release it, let it go. And the next card is stress. And so that seems to be, that would be the shadow. That's kind of what you most need to do to let go of the past, because that's where perhaps you're trying too hard. And so you're carrying a lot of balls around, trying to be perfect, so to speak, or trying to be who somebody thinks you should be. Could be your boss, could be your neighbor, could be whoever. But so you're carrying all that around, trying to be so many things for so many people. Let the balls drop. Just let the balls drop. Get off the big ball and start walking on ground again. And so just let go of the past. Stop worrying about all of these things that you cannot control, and move forward with doing things that you can control, that you have control in. This is the final card in here, and so it's a card of the Thunderbolt, and that's saying that there's a huge transformation that comes from releasing the past and understanding where stress is coming from in your life, that you perhaps are putting too much stress on yourself, and it's like an aha moment, And so everything just falls down. But what's falling away are the things that do not need to exist within yourself, within your mind, within your subconscious, within your body. And from that radiates now this lightning, this light that is so bright and it shines. Okay, so that is pile number 2. And pile number 3, sorry, is I can't remember what it's called. I know what it does. It helps us to release negativity. That's not pyrite. The name is escaping me. Anyways, pile number 3, and this is from the Shaman's Oracle. And so what you are most suppressing at this time. Wow. Okay. This card seems to come up a lot because it's really within our life that there's so much manipulation and illusion that's around of us. So many people that the belief in fake it till you make it. I do rather believe in that, but that means you need to take the steps towards it. Okay, so you need to become. So it's not faking it. Too many people just walk in that power of illusion. There's so much that's going on around you and the situations that are happening around you. And it's up to you to see past all of those illusions that are in front of you and accept your responsibility, your accountability, your role in what has taken place in your life. And that's what happens when we start just releasing the illusions of all the things that are around us. Something that just came flying to me was the fact that some of us believe, our parents are perfect and they live this perfect life, or however that was. They had troubles too. And on the opposite side, some of the people think, well, they're going to blame their parents. Well, if you're going to blame your parents, then you're going to accept that your parents are going to fix this, and that's not going to happen. So it's just releasing all the illusions of all the things that you've told about yourself, you've said about yourself, and start living in your own light. All the things that you tell yourself, all the things you want to be, that's where you need to start from. So take a look at the illusions that have moved you forward and then blocked you in your lifetime. And the second card, wow, okay, is the card of destruction. And that's also a similar of a card. These two cards go really well together because it's the card of destruction. Doesn't mean that there's going to be destruction in our life. What it means is we need to look at those areas that we do need to get rid of, to look at the areas where we are destroying ourselves, the habits, and now habits just don't mean like smoking or drinking, but it can be those drugs, any of those things. What is it going to take that we can destroy and then recreate? So the thing is, we need to destroy all of these past memories, these thoughts, these ideas, these illusions. We need to destroy them, and just destroy them so that we can rebuild. Okay, so that's what that's about. And the final card, wow, is the Dancer of Friendship. And so that's going to say to me, as you move forward, to learn how to, learn how to be more friendly as I think you're going to understand how you've blocked or you've not allowed certain people into your life because of how you see yourself. And so the Dancer of Friendship wants you to embrace everything you see with new eyes, that holds all the goodwill towards you, and really dance into light with all that strengthens, with the intentions you set. Really embrace that and hold up a mirror to all the people that come into your life, knowing that the people that come into your life are a reflection of yourself. And so reminding yourself of that is super important, because it's only up to you to change those to, if you want to be that joyful person, if you want to bring more friends into your life, well, you have to be friendly yourself to bring in the friendships that you want. First of all, you have to know the kind of friendships that you want. Some people, get together with these hen clubs and, crab a lot. I have no desire to do that. And my friendships usually will reflect that. I personally just prefer different kinds, but I also like to have a lot of fun. So create that world, whatever you want to bring into your life, as a group of people that are supportive. Make sure they are supportive, and not, for group number 3, and not adding to those illusions, and not bringing on more that you need to destroy, to destruct. You want to add into what you've set your intentions of moving forward, okay? Bringing forth those friends, that life that you really do deserve and want to bring in, okay? Go to the places that you need to go to. Be a good friend to gain a good friend. Okay, so that's today's reading. I hope everybody has an amazing day. It's going to be warmer out, 8 degrees, woo. It's about as warm as it gets right now. Namaste, much love, and if you're interested in or have any questions, I can be reached at spiritwithinus@msn.com. I also have a Facebook page, Spirit Within Us. You can go there and message me there, or message me here. There's a will, there's a way. Anyways, have a wonderful day. Thank you.